I doing today? Today is Super Bowl Sunday here on, what is today's date? The 12th. Sunday the 12th. I'm pre-recording this video for the 3 for Thursday. I got to do that pre-record action because I'm just too busy through the week to sit down each day and make a video. But today we're going to talk about 3 Barlows. These are all Case Barlows. I've already did a video on this bone stag version here. This is a 2019 model, and we can tell that by the old maker's mark here, the style of the case, and then we got the one X there, so that we can subtract the year from the 2010s. You subtract a year and it gives you 2019, and this is a superb little knife with some half stops and some really good walk and talk to it. This thing right here is just a beaut. If we look at the bone stag on this, look at the back springs, zero gappage on this. We look at the back of the pile side here, nice burnt bone to make it look like stag. It's like I said, it's 6.5 is the number, so anytime you have a 6.5, I don't think it's going to do it, but this is so small. You got that 6.5 number to begin your model. That stands for bone stag, where 6 is bone, 5 is stag. So that's a 2019 model right there. Next up, we got a 65 through 69 model in this superb red bone here. This stuff right here is a very good looking bone. We got the Case XX here in the bolster. Now this one's got some flaws to it. You know, I only paid $20 for this, but there's no flaws in the handles, in the bone itself. We got this nice deep groove right here, but that came made like that. Now we open it up and we can tell the age by, it's got the 70s model here, but there's no X's underneath of it, which makes it a 65 through 69 model knife. It's the old Case XX USA stamping. Now if we look at this main blade has zero action. So where opposed to the pin blade, you know, this thing right here it's got all the action in the world. So I'm going to have to figure out what I want to do with this. I did mention it to Warthog, and he said just keep it and love it for what it is. But I would love to put an edge on this and get the action back. And I talked to the guy I usually buy knives from and told him about this one, and he said he knew of an older guy who could spot weld stuff in there and then file it down to put the half stop back in and give it the action it needs. But I don't know if it's worth all that. So, but if anyone knows anybody who can fix something like this, reach out to me. Let me know. I'll talk to them and see what it would take, and maybe look at actually having it done. Because this knife right here, this is a survivor, and I would love to get it back running smooth. I mean, I'll put an edge on it and everything, and I'll get all these marks out of it, and you know where it's you know, they probably put it on a wire wheel or use something with a motor to sharpen it. But yeah, don't ever use motors on knives like this. Now this one here, I got, Friday night, I think, off the guy I usually buy knives off of out at the flea market. Now this one right here is all it's cracked up to be. This is a Case tested 1920 through 40 Barlow. Now, if you look at the pictures in the opening of this video, you're going to see that this blade had a big, huge flaw in it. It had a huge divot in the middle of it. Let's see if I can get it to, like, I got a huge divot right here. I had to sharpen it out of there and get it to where it actually looked like a blade again. I don't know what happened to it, but somebody had done something to it and had a huge dent right here in the middle of the blade. So I had to remove all that material to put a clean edge back on this knife. This thing is razor hair popping sharp now, but the action on this, I mean, is to die for. For something that's could be 100 years old, you know, it's got that beautiful green bone to it. I put a razor edge on the pin blade as well. As you see, the pin blade it's missing some material, but I've got that razor sharp. Oh yeah, just listen to that. So yeah, this one right here, you know, it's got this little hair through here and little hairline right there. But I mean, let's look at the back springs here. Again, a knife, this knife, anywhere between, you know, 60s, you know, well, what did I say, 80 to 100 years old. This knife probably is. I mean, they just don't make them like this anymore, boys. They just don't. Now, I had to pay for this. You know, even though it had the big divot in it, I still had to come out of pocket, but I had him throw in something else with it, so it made it worthwhile, because I'm going to give that other piece away probably. So that'll make it worth my while. But all I did to this was sharpen the blades, and I put a little flitz on it and some, you know, on the bolsters. It's got some, you know, some pitting on this side that, you know, we could take care of. But I mean, I don't want to do too much of this. I don't want to make it look brand new. I just want a usable old pocket knife, and this right here is now a very usable pocket knife. This thing right here it'll shave you, boys. It will. You can use this one right here to remove some hair. Yeah, you can. Old Big J knows how to sharpen. That's one thing I know. It was funny, I took this knife back out there because he asked me, he said, you know, if you get it done this weekend, bring it out and show me. And I took it out there, and he's got a guy that sits with him a lot, and that guy, I don't know, he thinks he's a sharpener, I don't know, but you know, Lee said, look at this thing, and he handed it to him, and he looked at it, he kind of grimaced. He's like, yeah, you need to lift your knife when you're coming off the end. I was like, did you see how that knife started? That knife started like a piece of crap, and I got it looking this good. I'm not worried about it having just a small little belly out there. That don't concern me one bit. I mean, all in all, it just makes it a little slicier. You know, I'm not looking for a razor looking knife. I'm just wanting something where I didn't have to remove a whole bunch of material and still save it. And I think I did that. And but you know how people are. They get jealous. You know, the guy who's supposed to be the sharpener out there, you know, he can't get them this sharp. He said, well, can it remove hair? And I said, well, you could shave your sack with this thing if you want to. And he goes, well, prove it. And I proved it real quick, and he just grimaced and turned away. But, you know, it is what it is, you know. People think they're the best at everything, and, you know, I'm kind of a modest guy, but, I mean, if you're going to throw shade at me, I can throw it back, but, you know. I think I've done all right for what I started with. I mean, if you look at the pictures in the before, at the very beginning of this video, you'll see what I'm talking about. I had to remove some material to make this usable. And now you can take this knife and use it to do whatever. You know, you can do whatever with that. Now this one, on the other hand, I wouldn't call this a usable knife. I've had some edges on it, maybe, but I would be careful to hand that to a younger person or someone, because, you know, it just don't, I don't know. I don't feel safe using. I don't feel safe handing that to someone to use. This one right here, hell, this thing right here is brand new. Matter of fact, it's still got a burr on this side of it where they didn't remove the burr from it. So, and I thought, oh, I'll do that, but I just haven't got around to it because I got too many other projects in the works. I got so much stuff I'm trying to finish and get done, and you know, I bought another axe the other day, and I don't know. I just have way too much going on. But this right here, I thought I could get this, and I've been eyeballing this knife for 4 months now. Finally, he said, listen, I'll cut you a deal on it, and we kind of met on some terms, and I said, well, I'm going to take it. I'm going I'm going to put an edge on it. And he goes, well, don't you go removing material. That's a Case XX tested. You know what that's worth? And I said, hey, I ain't going to buy this thing if I can't use it. So I took it back today, and he was flabbergasted at what I was able to salvage out of it. So, but it was worth it. It was worth the money. It's worth the experience. It's now this right here. You can take this, and even the pen blade will shave you. So you can take it and use it for many, many more years. I think it's a very durable, lasting knife now. But yeah, this is my 3 for Thursday. So yeah, guys, leave a comment, like, subscribe. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. See all kinds of knife content. I put all kinds of shorts up like a TikTok All-American. But yeah, it is what it is. Hey, stay sharp and stay strong, fellas.